Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by BASF, where the performance of Veltima fungicide can take your best results even further. Well, USDA released their acreage report earlier today. It showed the corn planted area for all purposes in 2025, estimated at 95.2 million acres. That's up 5% or 4.61 million acres from last year. That represents the third highest planted acreage in the United States since 1944. Soybean planted area for 2025 is estimated at 83.4 million acres. That's down 4% from last year. Compared with last year, planted acreage is down or unchanged in 25 of the 29 estimating states. The latest USDA hogs and pigs report indicates bearish market conditions.
The USDA's hogs and pigs report showed total inventory of animals is up compared to the previous report. Barrett Nelson, an economist with the American Farm Bureau Federation, says the latest report contains some big numbers.
So I think overall this was a bearish report. The total inventory of hogs and pigs on June 1st came in at 75.1 million. Now this is up about 1% or 390,000 head from the last quarterly report. This is pretty significant because this is the highest inventory since June 1st of 2020.
On the other side of production, pigs retained for breeding decreased this quarter, down to the lowest breeding herd level in a decade. Nelson said several factors are influencing those numbers.
We've got cash hogs running around $106 per hundredweight. That's a really solid price for this time of year. And one of the things that's doing this is we're finding some demand. So even though we've got some bearish news in this report that our hog numbers are up, we've also got some really supportive demand coming in. Seeing some increased demand in the pork sector as a substitute for these record high beef prices is kind of interesting.
Nelson says that fortunately consumers may see some good news when it comes to prices at the meat counter this summer. Chad Smith, Washington.
Producers in local farm service agency areas have until August 1st to submit nominations for positions on their local FSA county committees.
The annual Farm Service Agency County Committee election cycle is now underway, with nominations for positions being accepted.
All nomination forms must be postmarked or received in the local FSA office by August 1st of this year.
FSA Administrator Bill Beam adds for nominating candidates eligible producers within local service areas.
We encourage you to consider running for your local county committee, or maybe nominate another producer to improve outreach and communication, and ensure producers in your community are best being served by USDA.
More details about county committee nominations, eligibility requirements, and the election process are available through local FSA offices or online at www.fsa.usda.gov/elections. Candidates elected later this fall will be sworn in on January 1st. I'm Rod Bain reporting for the U.S. Department of Agriculture in Washington, D.C.
Concerns about the Make America Healthy Again report led 250-plus agriculture groups to ask the Trump administration to correct the direction of its MAHA goals. In a letter addressed to Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Ag Secretary Brooke Rollins, and EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin, the groups criticized the MAHA Commission's lack of transparency in creating the report, adding it also did not allow any opportunity for public engagement. A MAHA follow-up report is due for release by August 12th. The markets, they're coming next.
Joey from Vermont, a farmer trying to get through the winter. Adriana from South Carolina, a single mother living paycheck to paycheck. Liam from Ohio, an injured father struggling to provide for his family. Hi, I'm Shanola Hampton, and I support the Feeding America network of food banks because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Nearly 90% of farmers say that financial worries, constantly changing market conditions, and other uncontrollable variables take a toll on their mental well-being. Add in the weather and family dynamics, well, it's a lot to handle alone. But did you know farmers and their families can receive free confidential services from licensed professionals? Support is available 24/7 to help with the challenges you face. Look for Farm Family Wellness Alliance under the Resources tab at farmfoundation.org. Take care of yourself. Your well-being matters.
The market's brought to you by Seed Consultants, simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. At the Board of Trade, July corn $4.20 up 3, December corn $4.25 down 1 penny and a half. July beans $10.24 1/4 down 3 1/2. November beans $10.27 up 2 1/4. July wheat up 4 cents at $5.28 3/4. At the Mercantile Exchange, June cattle $225.87 up $1.12. July hogs $110.10 down $3.15. September feeder cattle $310.62 up $2.72. This is the Ohio AgNet.